Hey guys, welcome to my new video. So in this video I'll be talking about how to find PhD in Germany, and also I'll be mentioning how I found my PhD in Germany. So I'll be dividing this video in two topics. First, how to find the PhD in Germany, various options like the basic website from where you can find PhD, and second is like application portals where people or students they generally just submit their application through university, and the third it's like directly applied to professor. And also after that, in the second section I'll be talking about like how I found my PhD, and that's a good story I think. So let's start the video. All right, so the first thing is the basic website, or you can say the job portals. So with these website you can just find out the job openings which professors generally put, and they are like, oh, we have this project and we also already have some funding, this is the salary and this work you have to do, these are the things, the eligibility criteria, or you must be having some experience in this field, so just apply to this position. So they will just put some requirements like you have to put your cover letter, you have to put some cover letter. Motivation letter is somewhat similar but it's different, trust me. And transcripts, basic CV, and also if they have some additional requirements like English or something like this, they will just put this in their requirements section. So one shady website from which I found my PhD, like generally people don't put their positions in this website. This is JISC. It's more like a mailing list. So you just subscribe to this mailing list, and professor, they generally people who are looking for the jobs as a postdocs, yeah, or as a researcher, they generally put for them there. So that's why it's a little shady, and most of the people don't know this thing. And from this, I just got my PhD position. So that's why I also recommend to just find your things at JISC mailing links. So right now I will just show you how to search for the PhD position. So let's dive to my laptop. All right. So this is the general thing. As I already said, scholarship DB, academic position, these kind of websites you have to generally use. So suppose right now I'm a new student. Suppose I'm a master student, and right now I'm searching for the PhD. So for me, how I will search, I will just type like I have done in gas phase spectroscopy. So I will like gas phase spectroscopy PhD positions. So you can see in the academic position there is already gas phase contamination. It's more like a similar field, it's more related to spectroscopy, so it's like a same thing. So now I will just show you because you can see the description and all these kind of things. I will just show you the basic profile, or what they just show you. It's like the basic things like you should be able to work independently, you should be eager, the basic research aptitude you should have, and masters, whatever masters they need, and suppose lab experience what they want. See here they have already mentioned that you should have fluent English, because if you are going to a new country, probably you will need, not probably, you definitely need English skills. Or if suppose you are coming to Germany and you already have some German skills, that even better. So it's not difficult to find PhD. So if you have good CV and good research experience, suppose you already have some publication in some field, so it will be much easier for you. The field where you are applying, it's completely overlapping with your skills, and you're already having experience, it will be much better, trust me. They will just say, oh wow, you already have lots of experience in our work, so it's fine, just let's take some interview and just come to the our place. It will be as simple as that. But try to find PhDs in your own field. If you just have done some masters in chemistry and you're finding PhD in physics, so probably it may be a little difficult because you already don't have some experience. And see, in the practical information also they have mentioned like you need letter of motivation and CV. They have kept all things simple. They didn't ask for transcript or anything, but that's fine. And they also mention you the deadline. So try to fill all the application forms on date. Don't try to delay, because professors take these things really seriously. If you really have some genuine excuse, then just mail like separately. They will consider. Don't worry. So now second is apply to university portal. So in this, what do? You just simply go to university websites and then you just fill up the form. So you have this experience. This is your CV. These are your a letter of references. You just put those things and they just see the things. But here only catch is university portals, they generally have huge competition, so it will be a little difficult. So suppose in my previous university they were just accepting 10 students to which they will be providing the funding. So that's why it's little competition. But remember one thing, when you want to apply for some position, apply. It means when suppose you're finding some university and you are like, oh, you found a University of Hamburg PhD position, there's like they're accepting students and they're like, should I apply here or should I not, because there will be too much of competition. Don't think this much. If you are applying in general, then apply there also. You don't know how lucky you are. You'll find some position maybe by luck, or maybe you already have good CV and good structure which completely resembles to their requirement, so it will match. So that definitely apply all the time. Don't be too confused, because there will be no harm to you if you just apply, there will be just like 30 minutes of your time. Now the third is apply to professors. So I recommend this to everyone, so whoever asked me like how to find PhD, this thing, because here you will have the least competition. And generally what happens, when you already have similar profile with the professor, they will be like, oh yeah, I can consider this guy because he already have some experience. Then what he does, he goes to some funding agencies and then he tries to arrange the fundings. So in this way your PhD is like arranged by the professor, so it's like a good thing. So that's why I always just recommend you to approach professors rarely. Write a good email, write good CV, share your transcript. If you have good grades, definitely mention them. If you already have publication, that's a plus. In Germany, references are too important. So I will say this is like little wrong. I will not say too wrong, but a little wrong, because you are just working on the letter of recommendation. You already have some contacts, then they will be like, okay, I already know this guy, I will just take it. I will not say it's completely right, but okay, they don't want to take some random person always, but they take it if someone gives good recommendation. And also sometimes what happens, generally professors have funding and they don't put on some random websites or suppose academic position, because they are not like specifically looking for some workforce, but they're like, oh, we already have some funding, if someone wants to join, you can join. So always try to stalk the website, not the professor. Stalk the website continuously of the professors you already have like same research field. So suppose you find on the website they have some open position, then you write a good email to them that, oh, I have this overlapping with your work, so let me get in your group and I'm so interested. And if he finds like good match, he will just contact you directly. So generally they just keep it open for university students who are already working in same university, so they try to grab some attention from that. Because sometimes what happens, suppose even like just 2 weeks back there was poster session. In this like from our group, we were presenting a poster for the bachelor's and master's students. So they were just coming, or what work going on in our lab. So they were just exploring their options, like where we can just go and do our work. So they try to get the master student and bachelor student who like working in their lab from since beginning, like suppose masters, because I have one student who is working, my PhD lab mates, they work their bachelor's, masters and PhD in the same group, and now postdoc also. She has done her postdoc also in the same group, and now she is like postdoc. I will say just she's working as a researcher. So like this huge experience in the same lab is like a boon for the professor. That's why he tries to grab university students' attention, and they just keep their what do you call it advertisement on their own website instead of some random website. Alright, so now I will tell you how I find my PhD. It's a long story, but okay, we will cut it short. So I'll just tell you, when I was in my master's final year, when I was doing my master's project, I was just mailing professors randomly. I firstly made a really long checklist. Oh, these are the professors to whom I can message because I already have some overlapping of my research experience. So I was like, okay, I will mail this professor, this professor, this professor, this professor. So I sorted like 10 professors. I mailed all of them like, oh, I have done this work, that work. So I want to do some new work in your group. So if you already have some funding position or something like this, I would like to join your group. And then one of the professor luckily replied to me, and he was like, you can come to our university for internship, then we can convert it to PhD position so that you can just learn some work already, and then you can just start your PhD work after suppose 6 months or something like this. Then I was like, okay, that's good, that sounds good, I will come, why not? So in April 2023, I just flew to Germany, Ruhr University Bochum, where I am lucky to find my professor. He is like a new professor, and he was having really good working space where some ex-professor, his instruments were already given to him. So I was working there for 6 months. I did my internship, and but later there was some problems, academic problems. It was related to grades because they really want like a really high CGPA at that university. So I didn't fulfill that CGPA criteria, that's why I needed to move. So I was like, okay, it's fine. After fourth month, I started finding a new PhD position. So here in Kiel University, the professor where I applied, like he put a PhD job opening in JISC mailing list, which I already told you, that's a shady website where competition is little less. So I was competing with sort of like 2-3 people, but the work which I have already done was completely same. Like the instrument which I used was completely same, which is just behind me. So it's nothing but normal IR instrument, and with that there is some extra instrument which is ERAS, which is called ERAS, but we don't need to go on technicalities. So that's new. ERAS is new for me. So I was like, okay, I can work with this topic, why not? And then he was like, okay, you're good to come. So I flew from my Ruhr University to Kiel University, and I started my PhD. So that's what do you call it? That's a good story for me. But I hope you also find your PhD and you enjoy your life. And this is my Instagram. If you have some questions, some genuine questions, then you can definitely message me, because I have seen few people who just message hello H or something like this. So probably I don't find this interesting to reply to them, because I trust me, I get like lots of messages, and it's difficult to reply all of them. Alright, so that was for today. So see you in next video. Next video will be interesting, the Hamburg vlog.